Good morning, fellas. Looks like I got a ton of mail that came in overnight. And let's start with the first one. To start from the top, Stan, the transaction number you sent me was for talking to women. I believe you're trying to get into one of my Facebook groups. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, let me explain something to you, Stan. To get into my ZenMac group, you got to be a member of the forum. Okay, we talk about forum stuff. You have no interest in forum stuff. To get into my 7 Steps group, you have to have bought my 7 Steps, not talking to women. Okay, to get into my Conference Kicker, you have to have bought my Conference Kicker program, not talking to women. Okay, it's for those particular programs as extra bonuses because I put a lot of stuff in there, extra stuff, fucking ton of stuff. I'm going to put more stuff in there. But it gives me a chance to keep communicating with the people that are in my programs. All right? We can still communicate on regular Facebook. But I kept asking you, are you a member of the forum? And what is your screen name on the forum? It's only for current members of the forum also. So I go through and I see someone has dropped from the forum. I want to do something else. They've grown out of it. Then I drop them from the group. Don't be surprised at that. Okay, that's a added benefit to joining the forum. For example, I just shared a lot of stuff on body language, a ton of shit. I've also shared a ton of other stuff on all these different products and things I've been learning. So, I'm trying to share it with my fellas. Okay, all right, let's go on to the next one. This is from Mr. Malcolm. And excuse my phone ringing. My mother calls it. Doesn't give a fuck what time it is. I don't pick up anyway. Greetings from Sweden, Supreme. And yeah, it's colder than a motherfucker up here, man. Snowing and shit all the goddamn time. Well, brother, what the hell are you doing in Sweden? What the hell's a black man doing in Sweden? Sweden, man. I know they got them tall blonde beauties up there, but really, is it worth that? You know, piece of ass worth all that damn cold? I mean, Sweden's like way up there. It's way the fuck up there. Makes England look like a vacation spot. Then they fly down mountains on some sticks. He goes, but even though the cold weather is making the bitches even colder, the strong macking and rapping that you have taught me thaws the pussy quicker than a motherfucker. Hey, that's cool, brother. Now, I hope that you enjoyed the start of the new year as much as I have, Supreme. I have a strong feeling that 2013 is going to be a major year for me, my success in life. And that's stuff that I'm putting in my groups on Facebook, stuff on how to become more successful. I originally put the chakra test in there, stuff like that. I'm going to put up a video for you guys who aren't in my groups on the chakras and show you where to go get your analysis, and we can discuss it under the particular video thread. Let's see. Thanks to your advice and 7 Steps. Now, last time we spoke, I had got into a fight with 3 suckers over some bitches, which motivated me to join a martial art club. So now I have access to BJJ, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Grapple and Strike, Jeet Kune Do, Kali, Eskrima, and he lists a whole bunch of other stuff for Silat, Muay Thai, Thai boxing, and MMA. But I want to gain some weight. Should I hit the gym? Yes, you should. Look at the narrowness of your shoulders. You definitely need to hit the gym. That's why those motherfuckers were trying to fuck with you. You don't look like you have any substantial size to you. No offense. You're too thin. When you get bigger, like I've done, because I used to be skinny, guys don't believe I was 159 pounds. I'm going to put up a photo. Should I do it at the end of this video? I'm trying to do it at the end of this video. I'm going to put up a photo of me the night before my one bodybuilding competition. Okay? You'll see how skinny I was. That's why I really hate being skinny. I'll take the fat any day. But being skinny, you don't get respect. You know, you let guys push over you. So with my size, I get guys step out of my way. And I love it. Okay, let's see. I also want to try online dating, so can you help a brother out with a bomb-ass profile? And how much will it cost? Okay, what you're going to want to do is go get my product from my store, which is, well, the link will be down at the bottom. Okay, it's called POF Pimping, but you can apply it to other places, because I'm going to teach you how to just basically make a good profile. That's what the lessons are about. But then I'll teach you extras for Plenty of Fish. As you guys have seen, I get mail all the time. If I step into Plenty of Fish, look at people's photos that they send me on to look at their profile and stuff, my box get hit up. Okay. I also want to mention, since I have been adapting your advice to my life, I've stopped smoking cigarettes and haven't some for almost a year now. You know, it's good you have stopped that. Nicotine actually affects your melanin also. And I guess you're a brother from the States? Unfortunately, here in the States, we've been really dumbed down, brother. I mean, we're smoking weed. There's a brother on my Facebook account that put up a photo of him doing that. And I've been talking about it for a long time. On my site, one of the medical students, black ones from Africa, told me that it bonds your melanin. I just watched Tyreek's show. He had other people saying the exact same thing. I just also heard it again from a Dr. Africa and another person on YouTube. It bonds with your melanin. Okay? They're trying to destroy melanin, native people on the planet. So we can't let that happen. You know, we can't give into their bullshit of trying to, you know, destroy the effectiveness of our melanin. Because melanin is how they developed the first chip, by studying melanin. The first computer chip. Carbon base. Because that's what melanin is, it's carbon. Okay. We live in a carbon world. There's some group of people that do not have carbon, a lot of carbon or melanin in their bodies, and they're trying to, you know what? Let's go on to the next one. Gaining muscle and increasing strength. Hey player, I have a question about building muscle. Last week I went to the gym doing some weightlifting. I did some bench presses, and as I noticed doing the presses, I can only do about 3 or 4 reps. Then my muscles would give up on me. Okay? That means the weight was too heavy. Same thing happens with other exercises I would do. That means your weights are too heavy. You're trying to look good instead of starting at your real weight where you should be. Okay? But it was like I couldn't lift everything. Yeah. You haven't done weight training before. I was thinking that my body was weak and lacked calorie intake. Nah, you're starting too heavy, bro. Okay, that's your sign right there. You're starting to way too heavy, trying to look like the rest of the guys. Unfortunately, you have to go to the baby weights and work your way up to the man weights. I didn't eat much. Hey, it has nothing to do with you. Your body stores calories for stuff like that. I didn't eat much before. See, you're looking for excuses. Take your weights back down to where you can get, your warm-up should be 12 reps. Then you should be able to do 8 reps. Barely get 8. You should struggle to get that 8th rep out. That will get your body to growing. Okay? There's Strider. Do you guys want me to start a coaching club for you guys who want weight training advice? Let me know, because I can blow you guys up. Oh boy, the things I can do. 26 years. Yeah, it's been 26 years now. Let me think. Let me get a calculator, see how long I've been doing this weight training stuff. This is 2013. "26 years. 26 years. That's a long time. I've learned a lot. All right. The thing about my training is I like unorthodox stuff. I don't like going by. Unfortunately, nerds, man, fuck. They got into the whole sport and fucked it up. They fucked up the current trainers that are coming out, pussified them. They're afraid to do stuff that the human body can do. Maybe a certain group of people's bodies can't do stuff the way normal people can do it, you know, but that's what I don't like about the current trainers that are coming out. The training they're getting is pussified. I was at a gym a couple of years ago, gym around the corner, and I saw a trainer training a woman. It was a female trainer, and the woman never even touched the fucking weight. I'm like, what the fuck is this? If she came to my gym, I'd have broke her ass down. Okay? I believe in taking the body to the limits and then backing off, let her heal up, come back, do it again. That's how I built champions. That's how I took a woman with a size 16, took her down to a size 4, and she won in 2 categories in bodybuilding competitions. You know, pay your dues. So if you guys want me to start a coaching club online, let me know. In the club, I'll put out a weekly program for you guys to follow, and we'll chart your growth. All right. Jason's writing. What's up, player? I need your advice. Well, like I said in my previous post, I live in a gang-infested neighborhood. I know that gangs are a big problem for the Mexican and African American community. So I stayed away from that. Where I live, my neighbors are really obnoxious. They play loud music at all times of the day and night. Sometimes they park in my driveway, and when I tell them to move, they act rude and sometimes challenge me to a fist fight. I always refuse, and I don't want trouble. Now, don't think I'm a pussy. I come from a very macho family. My dad and mom always told me if someone pushes you, you got to push back. Well, I think it's good enough that you told them to move the car. Because that's some ghetto shit to park in your driveway. Okay, nobody does that. And they're the type that'll shoot you in the back. So your goal is to get out of that neighborhood. That's what your focus should be. So anyways, he's saying his parents told him someone pushes them, push back, even if they're bigger. I would always get into fights in middle school and high school. The reason why I don't want trouble with these guys is because they're in gangs. If I win the fight, they will probably slash my tires or key my car or do other stupid things like break out my windows. Now you're thinking. Okay, these are situations where, you're not in the middle of something where you got to defend yourself and actually fight. You're looking at potentials. And when you have things that are potentials, I rather avoid them. I'm not going to go out there and act all bravado and irritate them just to provoke a situation. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about when I say when shit's happening in your face, you stand up like a man. Okay, if they bot shit to you, you stand like a man. But if you can avoid the shit, you do that. There's no reason to get into bullshit. My parents tell me to avoid conflicts with these guys. Try to ignore them, but I have balls, and my instinct always tells me not to put up shit like this. I know, brother. In 2 years, my father and I will be putting enough money together for a down payment on a house in the suburbs. Good. What do you think I should do? I think you should stay away from the shit. 2 years, you'll be out of there. Put up their bullshit for 2 years and look like a pussy. Hey, you're not being a pussy. Just every time they keep parking the car on your property, tell them to take it off. Hey, could you move your car, man? They know it's not right. Okay? They know what to do. They're not totally stupid. They're doing shit deliberately. Just to keep provoking you. Okay? In situations like that, I don't consider it a pussy. Alright. Oh, I'm reading these backwards. Jason first sent me this one because I'm going from top to the bottom. I should have went from the bottom to the top like I normally do. Okay. This is my first time sending you a message. I've been watching your show since 2009. I was 18, 19. Now I'm 22. You've been watching my show for a long time there, brother. I really want to thank you for taking the time for answering all of these emails and posting all these videos and sometimes putting up with those nerds that refuse to take your advice. Player, the only two males that I take advice from are you and my father. I don't even know you in real life. That's how good your advice is. You have helped me not only in my love life, but also in life in general. Let me tell you a little about myself. I'm Mexican-American, living in South Central LA, Los Angeles. I'm pretty good-looking guy. I'm 5'10" and 150 pounds. Okay? I was going to tell you, put some weight on. I know I'm pretty thin, but I don't look like a wimp. I look tough and I got swag. You know, if you got bigger, those motherfuckers also would think twice too. You know how our races are, both your race and mine. You know, where they got a big motherfucker with guns. Sorry, my voice is all fucked up. I'm still battling that cold that's going on. For me, getting girls has never really been a problem. And that's probably also part of why those motherfuckers hate you too. Because you're better looking than they are. You're better than they are. But you have helped me step it up to the next level. For example, I'm now taking dance classes, going to the gym, and plan on attending Toastmasters. Jason, congratulations. That's not a Mexican-American name. Tell me how you got that name. I'd be curious. I just watched Arnold's new movie, and it takes place in southern Arizona. And I've been to Arizona, and Latin Americans have been there for a long time. They've assimilated. There are a lot of mixtures out there. In the movie, I know in Mexico they glorified the European-looking Mexicans. And in the movie, they had that one fat Mexican guy that looks like he's really dark, like me. And I noticed they tried to make him into a coward. You know, I said, damn, they're attacking the Mexican brothers too? Then they had the one brother who looked like he could be, you know, like a descendant of, like his grandmother might have been Mexican, and the rest of his family was white, you know, like he had some Mexican's blood. I don't think he really does in real life, but that's why he was there, because he had that look about him. And they made him the cool guy. They made Arnold the cool guy. It was interesting. They made the European looking Mexican, total white skin, the cool bad dude. The girl, she was more European looking than Latina, than what you would think of as Latina, without the mixture. One thing I was looking at when I was watching Tyreek's Hidden Colors was, in Fuji, they took away the crown of the beauty queen there that was going to run for, you know, Miss World and all that, because the Fujian women said she did not look like us. And she looked like a biracial mixed girl. And they said that's not a representation of us. And I'm glad they actually did that. No offense to the biracial mixed girl, but, you know, if they're going to represent the population, at least look like the population. And they showed a pretty, Fujians admit they come from Africa, and they showed a pretty African Fujian girl. Okay, that's what the mixture should, that's what it should be like. But anyway, I can go off on tangents, talk for hours, fellas. He goes, I know I'm pretty thin. For me, getting girls has never really been a problem, but you helped me step it up to the next level. Okay, let's see. The area where you helped me the most is in life in general. For example, after high school, I was planning on going to trade school or get a regular $15 an hour job. The people my age that live in these heavily gang-infested neighborhoods don't go very far in life. Yeah, I know, man, which sucks. To me, getting this 15-hour job was a big accomplishment. I had low self-esteem issues back then. I didn't think that I was smart enough for a four-year university. But after watching some of your shows on YouTube, you helped me realize that we are men, and we should take responsibility for our lives, that anything is possible. Are you aware that up here in Sacramento, the dean of our university up here, he's Latin American, and he's encouraged the Latin American community to finish college. When I went to my son's graduation, I saw so many Latin American people walk across the stage in their cap and gown. It was impressive. Okay? If they can do it up here, you can do it down there. I'm now about to transfer from a community college to a four-year university. Wow, Jason, that's really, congratulations, brother. Thanks to you. That makes me feel actually really special. Thanks for telling me that. Also, because I learned some leadership skills from your videos, I was able to guide my younger brother away from the wrong path to the right path. This is giving me chills now. He is now enrolled in UCLA, thanks to you. Give me a moment, fellas. I'm sorry. I know how much you hate these book-long posts, but I had to write it to let you know how much you have helped me. Actually, you have helped me with so many other things, but I didn't want to post these because I don't want to make this post even longer. Please don't stop what you're doing. P.S. Can you keep my name anonymous if you read this on one of your shows? It's too late out, bro. I'll try to, let me see what time it is. I can't tell on time here. I do apologize, man. I should have read. If you want me to keep your name anonymous, put it at the top. Actually, I have trouble doing that too. But let me see who you are. Oh, okay. You joined Facebook just to give me the message. That's really cool. Okay, the next one. Help, I can't get over this problem. What's up, player? I want to ask you a question that has been on my mind for days. This is Goku. You might want to give up the anime stuff there, Goku, and let's start getting into reality. I know a lot. I love anime too, but when we start calling ourselves by anime stuff and living in that false world, we need to come out of that. I did that mistake myself. Okay, I did it through science fiction books, and they didn't really have a lot of cartoons. But I stopped watching cartoons probably in my 30s as much as I used to. Then I went back to watch them again in my 40s, and I watch them off and on. Okay, but it becomes like a trap. We can get into that world of anime and just live our lives through that. Like I got into my world of books, sci-fi books, and lived my life through that. You know, I would have all these great fantasies in my head and how I'm flying through the air and stuff like that, and that doesn't get us into real world. Okay. Does height matter with women? I'm 19 years old and I'm 5'4", 5'5". I'm not that bad looking, and I'm kind of muscular. I asked you this question because I feel a little insecure about my height with women being so damn shallow. I see girls checking me out every once in a while, but due to my shyness and insecurity, I never approach them. How can I overcome this issue? I would love if you do a video on this topic. And I've talked about height on my past, my other channels so much, I beat it to death. Height is an issue in the game, but it's not a game killer. Okay? Women always, they write they want tall, dark, and handsome, but they settle for less. And what you want to do is not be one of those guys with a short man complex and try to date 6-foot tall models to try to appease your ego. That's a sign of weakness. I've had guys who were 5'5" write me back and say that's some bullshit. Then you look at their trucks they drive them big trucks. They got to climb up into the damn thing with a ladder. Because they're so stuck in the middle of it, they can't see the damn forest because the trees are in their way. They're right in the middle of the stuff. That's why. But you should date a girl that's below your height. Because you don't want to be a man and look up to kiss a girl. I went with a girl, I didn't go with her, but I met her outside of a club. That's one of my fastest ladies. It took 3 minutes that I've talked about. She was 6'3". Also, she was competing for the Olympics in swimming in her youth. Anyway, she was only 21 though, or 22 when I met her, but still. Anyway, looking up to kiss a girl, that's just feminine. I didn't feel right. Okay? Yeah, it didn't feel right to me. A man shouldn't have to look up to kiss his woman. He should always look down. A woman should look up to her man. Psychology thing. So those girls who are looking, I want you to approach them. All right? Take my Confidence Kicker program. Get over your shyness stuff. Okay? I'm serious. Take my Confidence Kicker program so you can get over your shyness stuff. Let me guide you so you can start getting women so you feel better about yourself. I mean, 19 is the right age to get to you and get you straightened out in life. It's not too late. So, in closing, a lot of guys your height, I see them every day, all the time, with nice-looking women. I've actually seen some hot women. The guys were better than average, way better than average looking too. You know, with these really hot women, they're all both, you know, he's here and she's there, you know, and they're around your height. Okay. In fact, when I was on vacation last year, I videotaped and took photographs of a couple because I was going to show you guys. The guy was about 5'5", and the girl was about, she's one of those ones that's 5 feet tall. They're just fucking drop dead cute. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're really just fucking beautiful. Cute. And I mean, just beyond cute. And, you know, he was an attractive Caucasian male. They're a cute little couple, man. And I wanted to show you guys this, you know, the guys who had the height issues. That's how problematic that whole height thing has become. That I'm on my fucking vacation. Instead of enjoying vacation, I'm taking photographs for you guys with the height issue stuff. But it's been such a problem. And I do understand it. I really understand it. My own girlfriend has been with the guys that are shorter than she is. She is. Okay? So for some women, it's an issue. For many, it's not that much of an issue, but I do recommend you go for women that are shorter. Okay? All right. Peace, fellas. I guess we can call this an end to the show. Have a good day.